Disney's live-action reimagining of Snow White premiered on March 21, 2025. The film aimed to introduce the classic fairy tale to a new generation with a modern lens. While the film topped the box office on its opening weekend, raking in $87.3 million globally, its success was somewhat dampened by a lukewarm reception in China. The film's production cost exceeded $270 million, making its financial performance a key factor in its overall assessment. The story follows the familiar trajectory of the original, with Snow White seeking refuge in the forest after the evil queen, consumed by envy for her beauty, orders her death. However, this Snow White, played by Rachel Zegler, is no damsel in distress. She is a brave and independent young woman who inspires the dwarfs and villagers around her. Gal Gadot takes on the mantle of the evil queen, bringing her signature charisma to the villainous role. Andrew Burnap steps into the shoes of the male lead, but instead of a prince he plays Jonathan, a commoner who forms a bond with Snow White. Snow White, 2025, has been met with mixed reviews, reflecting a stark divide between critics and audiences. The film currently holds a 44% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, while audiences have given it a more favorable 73% score. This discrepancy highlights a recurring trend with live-action Disney remakes, where nostalgic adults often clash with younger viewers who are experiencing the story for the first time. Critics have praised certain aspects of the film, particularly Gadot's performance as the evil queen and the visual spectacle of the production. However, many have criticized the film's modernization of the classic tale, arguing that it loses the charm and simplicity of the original. The CGI dwarfs, intended to update the characters for a modern audience, have been a particular point of contention, with some critics finding them more creepy than endearing. Audiences, on the other hand, seem more forgiving of the film's deviations from the source material. Many viewers, particularly younger ones, have responded positively to the film's message of empowerment and its focus on Snow White's agency. This suggests that the film has succeeded in resonating with a new generation, even if it has alienated some fans of the original. One of the most significant departures from the original Snow White is the portrayal of the dwarfs. Gone are the days of practical effects and endearing personalities. Instead, the film utilizes CGI to create the dwarfs, who play a significantly smaller role in the story. While the intention may have been to modernize the characters, the result has been met with criticism from those who found the CGI uncanny and the characters themselves lacking the charm of their animated counterparts. Another notable change is the absence of the prince. In his place we have Jonathan, a commoner who befriends Snow White. This alteration, while seemingly minor, speaks to the film's attempt to move away from the trope of a helpless princess awaiting rescue. Snow White in this iteration is perfectly capable of saving herself, a theme that aligns with contemporary values. The film also introduces new songs by Pasek and Paul, the acclaimed duo behind The Greatest Showman and La La Land. However, while these new additions are technically well-crafted, they lack the timeless appeal of the classic songs from the original film, such as Whistle While You Work and Hi-Ho. These classic tunes remain the most memorable musical moments in the film, highlighting the enduring power of the original score. From a technical standpoint, Snow White, 2025 is a visual feast. The film blends elaborate sets and breathtaking locations with seamless CGI, creating a visually stunning world. The cinematography is vibrant and dynamic, capturing the fairy tale setting with a sense of wonder and magic. The production design is equally impressive, with detailed sets and costumes that transport viewers into the world of Snow White. However, while the film excels in its technical aspects, it stumbles in its narrative execution. The modernization of the story, while well-intentioned, ultimately detracts from the timeless charm of the original. The changes made to the characters, particularly the dwarfs, have proven to be divisive, with some appreciating the update while others find it unnecessary and even detrimental to the story. Overall, Snow White 2025 is a mixed bag. It's a visually impressive film with a talented cast and a timely message. However, it stumbles in its attempts to modernize the classic tale, losing some of the magic and charm that made the original so enduring. Whether it's considered a success or a failure will likely depend on the individual viewer's expectations and their attachment to the source material.